Hello, my friends. Peter here, and welcome back to Everyday English, your go-to podcast for practical tips to level up your English and, frankly, your entire life. One small step at a time. Today's episode is all about the power of consistency. Whether you're learning English, getting fit, or mastering any new skill, consistency is the secret sauce that makes all the difference. If you've ever felt frustrated by slow progress, or found yourself motivated one day and completely demotivated the next, stick around. We're going to unpack why showing up day after day, even when you don't feel like it, leads to massive wins over time. I'll share practical strategies, vivid examples, and an inspiring story that proves you don't need bursts of energy. You need steady, daily effort. Grab your notebook, get comfy, and let's dive in. What is consistency? Really? First, let's make sure we're on the same page about what consistency means. In simple terms, consistency. Doing something again and again over time without stopping. It's not about perfection. It's not about never missing a day. It's about showing up repeatedly, even if it's imperfect, even if you're tired, even if you don't see immediate results. Consistency is the daily drip that fills the glass, not the sudden flood. Key point: you don't need a perfect streak. You need persistent effort. Why motivation alone isn't enough. We all know how motivation feels. You wake up, energized. Maybe you've just watched an inspiring video or had a great night's sleep. You think, today, I'm finally going to conquer my goals. Then life happens. You get busy, you're tired, you procrastinate, and the spark goes out. Motivation comes and goes like the weather. Consistency is your umbrella that keeps you moving forward, rain or shine. Motivation comes and goes. Consistency stays even when motivation leaves. Without consistency, motivation alone leads to starts and stops, frustration, and little to show for it. With consistency, you build habits, skills, and momentum. Illustrating consistency with everyday examples. Let's look at 3 clear examples that highlight how consistent actions, even small ones, lead to big changes over time. Learning English. Through daily listening, imagine 2 people. Learner. A listens to English podcasts for 15 to 20 minutes every single day. Learner B listens once every 2 weeks for an hour. After 3 months, who do you think understands more? Who speaks more fluently? It's learner A, because just 20 minutes daily trains your brain's ear to the language. Your comprehension improves bit by bit, and before you know it, English sounds natural. If you listen to English for 15 or 20 minutes every day, your ears become used to the language. You understand more words, and your speaking slowly becomes better. Simple daily push-ups for stronger muscles. In day 1, you do 10 push-ups. On day 2, another 10. You keep this up for 30 days. Compare that to doing 100 push-ups on a single day, and then none for weeks. Which approach builds muscle? The daily 10 push-up habit wins every time. Your body adapts, strength increases gradually, and you avoid burnout. Studying for a test, bit by bit versus cramming. Cramming the night before does get you through the test. But how much do you really retain? Now compare to studying 20 minutes, daily for a week. You'll recall concepts far more easily because your brain has had time to process and store information in long-term memory. The water drop. Analogy. One of my favorite ways to visualize consistency is the glass of water metaphor. Imagine a glass of water. You put 1 drop of water in the glass every day. At first, you barely notice any change. But day after day, drop after drop, the water level rises, and eventually it overflows. That's exactly how consistency works. Small, seemingly insignificant actions compound into significant results. This applies to mastering a language, building fitness, developing creative hobbies, anything you want to accomplish. Consistency for growth and success. Why does consistency matter so much? Here are some of the biggest benefits. Builds strong habits. Daily repetition trains mind and body to perform tasks automatically, like brushing your teeth. Fosters patience. Teaches you that progress often is slow and steady. This mindset reduces frustration. Boosts confidence. Every completed day is a win. You start to say, "Yes, I can do this. I've done it consistently for 10 days." Reduces stress. When a task becomes routine, it feels less overwhelming. Generates momentum. Like a train speeding up, each consistent day adds energy, making future days easier. Most good things in life take time. Consistency versus motivation. Let's be clear, motivation is great. It gets you started. But consistency keeps you going. When motivation dips, which it inevitably will, you rely on habits, routines, and discipline. Motivation comes and goes. Consistency stays even when motivation leaves. Imagine waking up exhausted. Motivation is at zero. If you have a consistent habit, say 20 minutes of English listening at breakfast, you'll still show up. The habit carries you through. Benefits of consistency in language. Learning, specifically for English learners, consistency brings these unique benefits. Steady skill. Improvement. Regular practice strengthens vocabulary, grammar, listening, and speaking bit by bit. Enhanced discipline. Learning to engineer small wins every day translates into better time management and focus. Growing self-trust. Each day you follow through, you prove to yourself, "I can stick with this." Habit formation. English practice becomes as automatic as checking your phone. Practical tips to maintain consistency. Now, let's get into actionable strategies. Here are 7 practical tips to help you stay consistent. Tip 1. Start small. Aim for just 5 to 10 minutes a day. It's less intimidating, and you're more likely to stick with it. Once that feels easy, gradually increase the time. Tip 2. Make a plan. Create a simple weekly schedule. Monday, listen to a podcast. Tuesday, read a paragraph. Wednesday, speak out loud. Knowing exactly what to do removes decision fatigue. Tip 3. Choose a fixed time. Pair your practice with an existing routine. After breakfast, during your commute, or before bed. Consistency thrives on cues. Tip 4. Remove distractions. Find a quiet spot. Put your phone on Do Not Disturb and focus solely on your practice. A calm environment makes consistency sustainable. Tip 5. Track your progress. Use a habit tracker, calendar, or app. Mark each day you complete your practice. Seeing a chain of check marks motivates you not to break it. Tip 6. Reward yourself. Celebrate small milestones. After 7 days of listening, treat yourself to your favorite coffee or a short break. Rewards reinforce positive behavior. Tip 7. Buddy up. Join a study group or find a practice partner online. Accountability amplifies consistency. Knowing someone's counting on you makes you more likely to show up. Overcoming common challenges. Even with these tips, sticking to a routine can be tough. Let's talk about the most common roadblocks and how to overcome them. Challenge A. Boredom solution. Vary your materials. Switch between podcasts, articles, short videos, and interactive apps. Keep it fresh. Challenge B. Low energy solution. Do. Here a micro practice. Just 5 minutes. Something is always better than nothing. Often, once you start, you'll find extra energy to continue. Challenge C. Distractions. Solution. Set a timer. Commit to focus fully for that short window. Use website blockers or airplane mode if needed. Challenge D. Temptation to quit solution. Remember your why. Write down your motivation, career advancement, travel, self-confidence, and revisit it whenever you feel like giving up. Building the consistency. Chain. There's a powerful technique called "Don't break the chain." Here's how it works. On a calendar, physical or digital, mark each day you complete your practice. You build a chain of filled-in days. Your goal becomes not to break that chain. The longer the chain, the more motivated you are to keep it going. One missed day feels like a dent in your progress, and that small psychological nudge can help you push through. Let me share a quick story. A listener named Miguel always struggled to improve his English. He tried binge studying on weekends but saw no lasting change. Then he committed to listening to an English language podcast for just 10 minutes every morning. No more, no less. After 6 months, Miguel's comprehension had skyrocketed. He casually mentioned, "I didn't study for hours. I was just consistent. That's what made the difference." His words echo the truth. Small, daily habits beat big, sporadic efforts. Specific consistency. Tips for English learners. To bring this home, here are English learner-specific recommendations. Daily listening, 15-20 minutos. Podcasts, YouTube, or news, daily speaking, 5 minutes. Talk to yourself, describing your day. Daily reading, 10 minutes. A news article or short story. Daily writing, 2 to 3 sentences. Journal one new thing you learned. Error. Embrace. Don't stop when you make mistakes. They're your stepping stones. Combine these into a 15-30-minute daily routine. You'll see steady improvement and growing confidence. Patience, persistence, and perspective consistency takes patience. Progress may feel slow, sometimes imperceptible from one day to the next. Think of it like watering a plant. You don't see growth every hour, but over weeks, leaves pop up and roots strengthen. Success is the sum of small efforts repeated, day in and day out. Keep that perspective. Celebrate each small win. Over time, those tiny wins add up to major achievements. Your 7-day consistency challenge. Ready for a real challenge? Let's commit to 1 week of consistency. Day 1, Monday, 15-minute podcast listening. Day 2, Tuesday, 10-minute reading plus 5-minute speaking. Day 3, Wednesday, 15-minute podcast listening. Day 4, Thursday, 10-minute reading plus journal. 3 sentences. Day 5, Friday, a 15-minute podcast listening. Day 6, Saturday, 10-minute reading plus 5-minute speaking. Day 7, Sunday. Reflect, review your chain, and reward yourself. Mark each day on your tracker. At the end of the week, notice how you feel. More confident, more comfortable with English sound patterns? That's the power of consistency at work. Conclusion and final encouragement. All right, wonderful people. That brings us to the end of today's deep dive into the power of consistency. We covered the true definition of consistency, showing up repeatedly. Why motivation alone isn't enough. 3 everyday examples. English listening, push-ups. Studying, the water drop analogy. Key benefits for life and language learning. 7 practical tips to stay consistent. How to overcome common challenges. The "Don't break the chain" technique. Miguel's inspiring 10-minute habit story. AE. Specific 7-day English consistency plan. Your next step? Pick one small habit, perhaps 10 minutes of English listening tomorrow morning, and put it on your calendar. Use a tracker, celebrate that win, then build from there. Remember, small efforts, repeated daily, lead to big results. You have the power in your hands right now. Stay patient, stay persistent, and trust the process. If you enjoyed this episode, please like, subscribe, and share with a friend who could use a consistency boost. And drop a comment with your own small habit you're committing to. Let's cheer each other on with you everyday English consistency. Thank you so much for listening to Everyday English. I'm Peter, reminding you, success isn't a sprint, it's a marathon of small steps. Keep going, and I'll catch you in the next episode.